And good morning, everyone. Thank you so much, our media friends, for joining us this morning. As you just heard, the mayor completed his sixth State of the County address, touching on numerous topics, some that you may have heard about before, some you may not have. He is joined by 4 members of the Board of County Commissioners who are here as well. He talked about many things, many anniversaries, parks and rec, and also the county itself. So he also talked about his main theme, which is building better together. So to elaborate on that theme, the man himself who just finished his address, Mayor Demings. Mayor?
All right. Thank you all for being here. We're honored to be here with my colleagues from the Board of County Commission. We are a team working and focused on making our community a better place. Today's State of the County address was all about building better together. It was a multi-generational kind of program today where we wanted to make certain that it was very inclusive. It was designed to highlight the diversity that we have as a community, but also focus on some of the challenges that we have as a growing community. But at the same time, we're offering solutions to some of those challenges. We don't have all of the answers, but we're working on it together. And so with that, we're opening up for any questions that you might have for either myself or to my colleagues from the Board of County Commission.
Mayor, I know one of your biggest challenges right now is transportation. You spoke about the Accelerated Transportation Safety Program, $100 million. Why is that transportation funding needed?
It's really simple. Because we are a growing community, one, we're growing by population. We're the #1 tourist destination. We're in the state located in Central Florida. All of that is putting a lot of pressure on our transportation infrastructure. And sadly, we are falling behind. If we do not look at alternative modes of transportation and more efficient ways to move people around, we will continue to infringe on all of those environmentally sensitive lands. We'll continue to struggle to move people around. The traffic congestion in our community will continue to worsen. These are issues that all of the people in Orange County really want us to address. I have been out on the campaign trail. I've been to hundreds of community meetings, and whenever I ask the question to our residents, do they believe that we have a problem with traffic congestion, almost always every person agrees. So that's indisputable. The second question I ask them is, do you want the leadership of our community to do something about it? They always say, yes, we want you to do something about it. The third question always is, are you willing to help pay for it? And that's where it falls off. But I want people to understand that we are the local government. The money that we have, it comes from the people. And if the people identify a problem and they want a solution, the people have to provide us with the resources to be able to address the challenges that we have. We talked about homelessness and all of those issues that we acknowledge. We're not retreating from them as significant issues. We're leaning into every one of them.
Without the transportation sales tax, will that funding be enough to meet the county's needs?
There's no way that the $100 million that we have allocated is sufficient. But it is a start, and we have to start somewhere. That means that we're not ignoring the problem. We're living within our own means. We need another dedicated funding source in order to truly address the magnitude of the problem that we have, a $22 billion problem that is only going to get worse over time. And that's what the people elected us to do. They have entrusted us to come up with solutions, but our solutions are inclusive of them. That is what we talked about today: inclusion, collaboration, public-private partnerships. That's all part of the long-term goal and vision.
Mr. Mayor, you seem to commit today to a reboot of the sales tax. Do you think that you have to change the amount or the duration of the tax to get people on board?
Steve, I don't know what we have to do. I have an idea, but it's not for me to solely decide. It's for all of us. It is for us to determine what that solution looks like. I believe after studying this for decades now, I truly believe that the dedicated funding source, the best source for us under the current Florida law, is the transportation infrastructure sales tax that a charter county can advance to the ballot. Why do I say that? Because it's the only methodology where the majority of the money and the people who will pay it will not be on the backs of the people who just live here. It will be shared with the visitors and all those who are coming through our community who stop and buy and participate in our commerce. They will assist us in the process of coming up with the money necessary. So yes, it's a $20+ billion challenge that we have. I am committed to that, as is, I believe, our board is committed to coming up with solutions. But timing is everything. We're not trying to advance this during a period of time in which people are struggling, but some people will always be struggling. But we want to uplift them, and I believe that this initiative in the next several years we'll be able to communicate to our community. And we need 50% of our voting population plus one person to vote for it. I think we can get there.
Do you think population growth will help over the course of the next few years? Get a little more congested, that'll kind of help aid your message in, getting this through to the public?
What I find is that it's generational. The young adults moving into our community as professionals, like our news reporters and our news teams, they're coming from other places. They see the value in having a true multimodal system. How do I know? Because I ask them, and they talk with me off the record, so to speak, about what is missing in our community. Our community is growing younger, not older. And because it's growing younger, we have to make certain that we are adequately preparing for all generations. But even the seniors are telling me that they are optimistic about having some other convenient way to get to their doctor's appointments, et cetera. And because we are the primary local funder of the Links public transit system that includes Access Links, which picks up people with disabilities and gets them to where they need to go, we have to expand that. So we are looking at the full breadth of all generations within our community.
Mayor, you tackled a number of topics during your address today. What are the top three takeaways you hope people leave with here today?
Okay. So I want people to understand that our Board of County Commission is not a timid board. It's leaning into the major challenges that we have. So I want that to be evident from what happened today. The second thing that I want people to understand is that we cannot do what needs to be done without collaboration with our community, the business community, et cetera. And so we talked about that throughout today, from the young members of our community to the seniors. We had an immersive experience today. Then we celebrate the broad diversity that we have, from the invocations that was done. The faith community is not a monolithic community. It is a very diverse group of leaders. We had them involved. We had our veterans. We are a community with a large VA hospital and a lot of veterans who are moving into this area. We did not want to leave the veterans out because of what they deserve. Our first responders and public safety is key, because that is the fundamental reason that government exists, is to keep the people safe. So we talked about all of those things today.
Mayor, you talked about affordable housing, some of the investments that the county has already made. Your remarks mentioned making some future investments in the next year. What might that look like tied to affordable housing and helping to fight homelessness?
Thankfully, our board has approved the Housing Trust Fund. We are allocating dollars into the Housing Trust Fund. We talked about how we're leveraging those dollars against with homelessness. We have to do a better job of coordinating the resources of our community to address the growing homelessness problem that we have. The point-in-time count was just done. We have the information. It's new for us. We're trying to understand the data that is being provided from that. But what I can tell you is that our board, the budget that I will submit to our board contemplates increasing what we can do and allocate towards solving the homeless issues. It is a major issue that requires a lot of funding. You heard me give accolades to our members of Congress. We're going after federal dollars, federal grants. We're going after state dollars. We're going after local dollars. And then we want our private sector to help us. The business community has got to help us solve the problems. If they don't want to see people out on the streets sleeping and doing all those other things, everybody has got to put something into it. That is what we will be doing as a community, having those difficult conversations about what those solutions look like. Okay. All right. Thank you all very much for being here, and we'll see you soon somewhere out in the community.
All right, thank you so much for joining us for this press conference, everyone. Thank you for coming to the 6th State of the County by Mayor Demings, and we certainly hope to see you next year for number 7. Thanks so much. Take care.